Hi guys, can you hear me? I hope people can hear me because I am doing this live stream after such a long time. So I kind of forgot all the settings what I have done. So it's kind of again like a new experience for me. So before I start the painting video, I really, oh my god, what the hell? Okay, bot. How do you block? Um, this is the first time I've seen a bot in my chat. So, there it is. Now, how do I block it? Yep, okay. So, as I was saying, uh, the thing is, okay, I need to type something to let this thing go, all this weird chat. Blah, blah, blah. Now I know why people have moderators in live stream, but yeah, I'm a really small YouTube channel and I don't have a moderator. Anyway, so as I was saying, this painting took me 36 hours, so I could not put all the 36 hours for live streaming. So this is kind of a shorter version, kind of a how do you call it, compressed version of the painting. So what I tried to do is I used acrylic brushes on this app called Ibispaint. Now this is me trying the brushes and how I can blend it. Now I've been trying acrylic brushes, sorry, color in real, like the traditional acrylic painting, and yeah, it is a bit difficult because my background was in watercolor, and yeah, it it is absolutely opposite of watercolor. So it had some hey there, tall, 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 yo yo. So I was talking about my painting. So do you paint? Do you draw like traditional or digital? There's a bit of late reply. I think the video is running a bit late. I'm just talking faster, like way ahead, and there's a delay in live stream. Anyways, so yeah, there is a lot of difference in acrylic color painting and watercolor, which was my original traditional background. I love watercolor, and it was a bit difficult for me to get accustomed to acrylic colors because it's, first of all, it dries very fast, so that's one thing. And then blending was a bit difficult for me. Even here blending was difficult for me. In case you just came in for the this thing live stream, the reason the video is super fast because this painting took me over 30 hours to paint, around 36, 37 hours to paint. So this is a very condensed version of the painting. I thought I will keep the whole painting, but then I realized I have to stream continuously for 36 hours, or if I break it, then probably for a month. Like if I stream 2 hours each day, then for 15 to 16, at least 16 to 17 days, I have to stream the same painting. So that's why this is a condensed version. I also do apologize for the background noise. I can't do anything about it because my house is in front of a big road and there's like cars going on and people yelling and all that. The only time I get a bit of silence is at night, like midnight or something, and then the dogs start barking and all that. Anyways, so this particular painting is very close to me because this is kind of inspired from a game called Genshin that I. Sorry, did I say Genshin? It's Genshin, right? Is Genshin. So I absolutely love that game. Playing that game, not all the character, but I like that game. And this is a particular place in a new region that released, and I really like the creatures in that place and the environment there. So I thought maybe I should try it with acrylic color brushes. Now, one problem with acrylic color brush here, at least on Ibispaint, is that um, it feels dry, kind of like really, really dry. If you have to color, as you can see in the close up, it's just you have to kind of coat over and over again just to get a fuller color. Like it has very dry look, and that's why I decided not to blend too much or not to try to have a lot of airbrushy thing that I always do in my other painting. So what I did, I segmented each part and then I painted, I detailed those part using smaller lighter color brush, and then I use light and shadow to give them more detail. So uh, from a distance it would look like the painting is as a whole kind of um, detailed, but if you look closely you can see the brush stroke. I did blend a bit. I think I used the acrylic blending brush as usual. So yeah, uh, another thing that I also mentioned in my description is that um, the recording is taken from Ibispaint's internal recording method, and I don't know why Ibispaint recording is, the quality of recording is not that good. I really don't understand like why the recording quality cannot go, probably to make the video size shorter, smaller. I don't know, I mean why it happens is something I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that's why the quality of the video often falls off, like it kind of get pixelated at times because of that. Otherwise I tried to keep it as much possible, keep the video as much possible, but the pixelated part I had to kind of cut off, I had to delete. Anyways, so yeah, it was a weird start today to have found like for the first thing I found is mm, uh, what is that, what that called, a bot, a spammer bot or something, and then like weird people, like it happens sometimes. Anyways, so the thing is I tried to keep this painting as much as close to the original one, but I was actually thinking that I'm going to paint it in an actual canvas, so I had to like smoosh the painting smaller to fit in the canvas. So I mean the actual canvas. So based on that canvas size, I took this canvas size, and that's why the painting is not widescreen painting that it's supposed to be, which I prefer myself. Anyways, like nobody's gonna watch this video. It's really, really long, and it's kind of a speed painting thing. Yep. And there's lots of horn. I hate background noises. I also use the same brush, the acrylic brush for the grasses, because I thought maybe if I'm going to paint real in real canvas, then I have to use the same brush. But the thing is that even I use acrylic color in real as in traditional method, I still will have different kind of brushes, which at that point of time I didn't think, so I was just using one brush. Though later on I used a bit of leaf brushes and all that, which I have to kind of improvise. I will improvise when I'll paint the actual traditional painting. I hope I will, because so far my experience with acrylic is it is good. Like I painted something good, but when I tried to finish it off, I kind of messed it up. So that's a problem. Now, this painting style, the coloring and everything, this is not realistic. Obviously, this is I don't know which category it will fall. Some will say it's cartoony, but I don't think I could call it cartoony. It's just the amount of detail goes into this kind of painting. Amount of detailing is I think it's why people blow so much horn. My goodness. So the amount of detailing that goes into this kind of painting, I really don't think I will call them cartoony. These are just like fancy colorful painting, like with lots of blues as how do you call it, as background, the rocks and all, which is not realistic in a sense that in nature you don't see blue rocks, but if it's covered with algae or other vegetation, it would look a bit kind of bluish greenish red. So that's why I thought maybe it would go well. Like I don't have to paint a lot of brown or dark colored rocks or whatever. Still, it's not cartoony, because I remember talking to someone and they said that, oh, this kind of painting looks like cartoony. And I was thinking, like, how is it cartoony? Is what is even cartoony? Like you see in Western animation or Eastern, like the thing is in Eastern animation, people the companies actually use um, proper painting, watercolor painting, and use proper artistic, aesthetics. It's sure it's same for Western animation as well. So I really don't understand this idea of calling any painting that is not realistic or photorealistic as cartoony. I mean, that feels weird. I mean, why everything that does not fall under realism is cartoony? It's not cartoony, it's painted, and you can have different colors that does not kind of match with realistic colors, but still, like, some people have this prejudice against art that are not uh, in their purview. I don't know why they have this prejudice. They, if they understand painting and art or what the art is thinking, but they do have that. Like everything else is cartoony. So yeah, as I'm doing, the thing is, the main thing with this painting is lighting. Uh, while I was painting, I realized that I cannot use lighting above entire painting like I do in general digital art. Like I cannot use a let's say a layer with blending mode, um, color dodge or screen, and then paint some airbrush light on it, and add some overlay or darken layer with black color, and then give some shade. That is the digital way. But when you want to do want to paint something in a traditional way, you can't do that. You don't have that luxury. So I had to paint in the light, as in the areas where the light will fall. I have to think beforehand, and then paint lighter color of that object. Like for example, in grasses, where I'm painting grasses, where the light actually falling, I have to paint lighter color grass. I cannot use a different layer with a different blending mode to do that, because this is the technique that I'm using, the traditional method. Because when you are using actual color, actual brush, and a canvas, you don't have blending layers, like in the sense how digital art work. You don't have a overlay layer, you don't have a darken layer. So that is something pretty interesting. When you are using a digital software yet you are taking the traditional method route, you have to paint those areas where you want to add light, where you want to add dark, and you have to paint those objects with that color. I mean, some people do another good thing. I mean, I don't know if I would say good, but another technique where they use value system. Like they first decide where the light will go, where the dark shadows will go, and then they color over it. Now, I've never done that in case of traditional painting, but I have done it in digital painting, and a lot of people do that. But I actually have seen in a movie where a character, which was he was an artist, and he was doing that in traditional painting. Like he first painted it in grayscale, and I kept thinking the movie was something about something else, but I was thinking, now how will he put color on top of that on paper? Like digitally I understand, but when you're doing it on a piece of paper, if you shade, give let's say you use watercolor and you are giving gray shade just to determine the value of the painting, how are you going to put color on top of that grayscale? Because there's no more layer when you're using painting, using a traditional method. I mean, it can be done somewhat in acrylic, I think. I've never tried it, but watercolor, it won't work. And but in this case, since I'm doing acrylic painting with the method, traditional method, I didn't take any risk. I was like, okay, I'm going to paint the subject, the the object here, like each object of the subject. I will paint each of them based off of like what kind of lighting they will have. And one good thing was that I had a reference point. Reference, I was taking reference from the Genshin Impact in the game scene, so that was kind of helpful for me. So if you want to practice, if you want to paint something like this, like where you don't want to add extra layer or whatever, I think it's best to start with a reference picture so that you can understand where the lights and the shadows will go. Otherwise, it is difficult. uh, like for me, I paint the entire picture in digital scape, as I was saying, like not traditional way. If I'm painting digitally, I paint the entire thing, and then I think, okay, so light will come from this way or that way. That's a lazy way of doing it, but um, the best way of doing it is already think of light sources where it will come. And when you're painting something like landscape, not a person or not a particular small object, it depends immensely on the landscape, like how much cover something has, or what kind of trees, or what the obstacles that are there in front of the light, or how much light something is getting. Because in this painting I had that problem for the house, because I wanted the house to be in kind of in limelight, in a way, not exactly in limelight, but at least some amount of light should shine on the house. It's a morning time, so the sun rays will come directly. But the problem was it is surrounded by high hills, like high wall kind of, the hills are like walls. So it's very difficult to actually give the house and light completely. Only part from which the light can come through is that top right part where I carved a little sky. So even then, since I'm painting a morning sky, morning time, the light should have been in kind of angle, like a deep angle. But if I want to keep the house um, under bright light, then the light has to come from up above, which is a bit of a problem. And also it will be less dramatic, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm talking too much about the painting. And if you guys like my painting, you can drop a like. So at least there will be some interaction with the video, and more people can find this video. If you like that, that would be great. I am thinking about having videos on, apart from digital art, on traditional art again. Let's see if I can do that, because recording stuff and all that. And the thing with recording a traditional painting or recording with camera and all, I think the files will be much bigger and it will be difficult. But I will try that. Now, I really had trouble painting this house. Obviously, this house was just out of my mind. It wasn't there in the game, so there was no reference. And I wanted to paint a house that is kind of made with tree stuff, like barks and branches and roots and all sorts of stuff. But that would need a lot of detailing, and that's what I did. I had to detail it like over and over again to understand what kind of composition I wanted. So yeah, this house took a lot of time from me, to be honest. Okay, let me check. Oh, there's a logo. They have a logo. I had no idea. Oopsie. So yeah, I think I will paint some other stuff. I'm kind of recently I'm concentrating on traditional painting more. It's also because I'm kind of worried about the AI art generator thing that's going on. Um, I don't know which way things will go, or how it will be in the future, near future. The changes are so rapid that I can't keep up with all the news. But yeah, I mean, that is another reason I thought maybe I should go back to my roots and kind of see what I am doing or what I can do. So that's another reason I am thinking of going back to traditional painting. So let's see what happens. I think with more and more AI generated art, digital painting will lose some amount of value, because let's face it, like people don't, on an average, don't care about the art value, they just care the outcome. So if they can write some prompt in an art generator and get something, like get an art piece in 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes, why would they care about artist? Why would they think, uh, yeah, okay, digital artist, this artist is great, or why would I learn digital art if I can just type the words and get some sort of similar result? And the thing with AI art generators is that they're developing really very fast. Like they still have some flaws, but the rapid way of development, the way they're developing and they're correcting themselves, is really scary. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, when photography came, the cameras were invented, um, then what happened? That did not obsolete the art. It kind of did to some extent, um, because before photography, let's say an illustrator that illustrate different products or story or anything, they would do it by hand. Like people would actually hire an illustrator to paint, for an advertisement, or even the portrait artist, they had much more business. I'm not saying that photography is bad, but what I'm saying is that of course it affected some group of people who were in this art business. That's all I'm saying. Like for example, I've seen, there was a time where the the, how do you call it, the those big uh, hoardings, like those movie advertisement and all that, those were painted by people who their livelihood was that, like that they would paint all the actors and the actions, and those were up for the, it was like in 80s maybe or 70s, I don't know when. It was long back, when um, probably back then digital enhancement wasn't a thing, so they would hire artists who would paint those huge banners for movies, etc., and they would get paid. So that was gone after digitalization of these kind of things. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to economical perspective, when it comes to mid or low tier artist job, it will take away those artist job, those AI art generator, if they become more and more efficient. And they will be efficient. Machine learns faster than human beings, so that will happen. There's no other way of saying it. Now people say like, oh, tough luck, find another job. The thing with art is that, like, what job? Generally machines are created to make things easier for human being. Art is not a chore, like for most artists. But yes, when you think of it from perspective of like a buyer, someone wants to buy a piece of art, like someone wants a book cover or story illustration or stuff like that, they will try to find the cheapest alternative, right? Just like any other product. When art is a product, these things make sense, because they're not going to pay 100, 200, $300 to an artist if they can pay $10 to a software, and the software can produce equally, if not good, better artworks within matter of minutes, not even days or months. So yeah, when it comes to economy, of course artists have that disadvantage. And it's easy to tell people that to change their jobs, but is it that easy to actually change industry that fast? I don't know. I mean, I can't. I mean, those who were affected before, they can tell it clearly. Like it was easier or not, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. So, anyways, as I was doing, I've been painting this thing with the traditional method. One thing I have personally experienced while painting acrylic in real life without digital help is that I'm really bad at detailing with acrylic. As good as it is here on Ibispaint, my real painting, it is equally bad. Like, it's bad in opposite direction, truly. I can't, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong or what. I've tried everything, but detailing is not my forte, to be honest. So, yeah. But even here, these leaves, they took me so long. It was such a bummer. Like, it took me so long, to be honest. Because most of the time I didn't know what I'm doing. Yeah, like I was thinking I have to do it manually. I cannot use any other shortcuts, and I wasn't sure what kind of coloring I would have done because this is completely there was no reference of what I was painting. Oh, why don't they put muffler on their bikes and cars? Such a nasty sound. So yeah, that that kind of took a bit of time because I was just thinking how the light will fall and how I'm going to detail these things. I just hope I can paint it in traditional method, like realistically. Otherwise, uh, a lot of people are coming and going, but nobody is saying hi to me. Like, it's really sad. They're just silently watching for a few seconds and leaving. Oh, that's bad. If you don't say hi, how will I chat with you? How will I talk to you? Maybe my voice is not good enough. Like they are listening. Ew, her voice is really bad. It sounds like she's drunk. But I'm not. My voice is like that. No, I don't think I sound like I'm drunk. I don't think so. I sound like I'm disinterested, like I'm bored. Probably that's how I sound like most of the time. But I'm interested in a lot of things. It's not like I'm not disinterested, uninterested, or I'm like bored. So yeah. Oh my god. Absolutely hate those. Absolutely hate those. Background music. Not music, background sound. The car horns and all. Why do people do that? It's so annoying. Ah. Either it's dogs barking or it's car horn honking. Oh. I should have deleted this part. This leaf painting part is just so annoying. Just by watching it, I'm getting like a headache. It took me such a long time to paint those. Like I think bulk of my painting, like the entire painting I did, uh, 50% of it took me to just to paint those leaves and the house, those, how do you call it, branches and all that that makes the house the walls of the house. None of my regulars are here today. Can't see anyone, but okay. So I did use a blending brush. I don't remember which one it was. I think um, there was an acrylic blending brush there. Either that water, acrylic water, or um, fuzzy watercolor water, fluffy watercolor water. Either that or there's an acrylic blending brush. Either way. So yeah, if you just came in, just drop a like, even if you don't want to stay, just for the sake of liking. I don't know, because I'm just getting bored at this point. If you're thinking what's happening in my description, but I think people won't read it. So the thing is, this painting took me 36 hours to paint. So I can't fit all 36 hours of painting in a stream. So I'm just, how do you call it? I'm just showing a very concise part of it, a very short, a fast part of it. Yep, people living and coming and living and coming. Ooh, that's fun. Hmm. Oh, I actually planned not to have the chat on screen last time, but it was 7 months back, so I forgot. My bad. Next time I will just keep the chat in chat section. Can I do it now? Like, can I change it? But I don't want to change the look of it. Like, because if I can delete the chat now, then I can full screen the painting. But it's just 40 minutes in, and I don't want to do that. Okay, let me check if I can hear myself. Yep, sound is working. 40 minutes in, now I decided to see if my sound is working or not. Yep, that classic, that is true professionalism. I'm not good at live streaming, really. Oh, I'm still painting the leaves. Oh, yeah, this was a nightmare for me. Those leaves, those big leaves, painting those big leaves. Mm. Also, after doing this detailing, like those kind of those how do you call that, veins, I also started kind of, they look kind of you know weird, very in your face. So I blended them a bit, and then I realized, oh my god, I have to do that for all the leaves. Yep. I think the real deal is much better than digitally emulated, obviously, but I don't think I can do this level of detailing with the real thing. Seriously. I have tried some amount of detailing, and I really don't think I can do that with acrylic. Acrylic is so fast drying. Even if you use those um, slow drying medium with it, it's just like, oh my god, it's just on. It was really difficult for me when I painted my first painting. I wanted to put it up, but it was so bad I did not. I'm ashamed of it. Seriously. At this point, I don't care. Seriously, I don't care. I really liked doing this, veins of veins, like those little tiny little veins among the leaves. But they were so time consuming, 36 hours. I think I took 30 hours out of those 36 hours to paint just these leaves. I think people are just coming in and reading the description and they're like, blah, blah. I'm gonna bounce. Yay. In my bounce. In my bounce, bounce, bounce. Wow, this actually took. I was not joking. This actually took a really long time, and it's kind of boring. Like it's boring. I don't know how I managed to do that because it is now boring me. This is why I don't finish art in one sitting because I easily get bored. Like the same, if there's a repetitive thing that I'm doing, is, oh my god, I can't tolerate that. I can't take it. This is a very repetitive thing. Like these leaves are painting these leaves are very repetitive. So yeah, this is one of the most boring part of the painting. Why I'm saying one of the, this is probably the most boring part of the painting, to be honest. The painting looks cool, however, but I don't think I like the building after the painting was done. So, mm, I seriously need a very secluded place to record my videos. The background noise is just killing me. Ugh. Okay, if I come later, do I see the painting? Oh, I see. That's how live stuff work. I just figured out that I can, when I join a live streaming, probably they will be few seconds behind, and I can fast forward those few seconds and catch up real time. Whoa, learning every day. That's what happens when you talk to yourself. You learn stuff by yourself. Yeah. And when you watch boring stuff like this, you learn a lot. Not from the stuff, but from other things. Like I just learned about fast forwarding of a live video because I'm getting bored myself of my own painting because of this leaves blending, blending and blending and blending. I actually saw a YouTuber who tried to do live stream on Twitch, and I've noticed one thing is that there, obviously he did not get any viewer there. He was new and all, but then someone just came in and they stayed throughout his um, live stream, um, and that person was really being nice to him and just kind of talked and talked. It was quite fun to watch. It's obviously like when you start live streaming at the very beginning, you won't find many people who will come and watch you. besides, why will they watch you? Like, if you're not famous, you don't have a lot of loyal follower, that is, who do not connect with you, why will they watch you? So that is something I learned from live streaming. I don't do much live streaming. Probably I should do. I don't know if I, even if I do live stream, probably I want to do this much hectic one. Like, this painting is really hectic, so probably I'll do something much easier, which I can finish within an hour or two, so that I can paint in real time, and um, people will enjoy. I don't know if people enjoy seeing someone painting for an hour or two. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah. I mean, I could do a live stream without talking. Like, if people like watching, um, yeah. Well, there's a network issue or something. What did I see? I just thought there's a network issue. Well, it's going. It's still going. Okay, if my stream suddenly drops, just know that network issue. I can't do anything. It's not in my hand. It's at the hand of the network. Hey, Degala, Navatej. Navatej? I'll call you Navatej because that's easier. How? Okay, so I think I have talked to you about your exams for like 3 4 times. So I was going to ask how was your exam, but I've already asked about your exam. So yeah, this is something I'm doing. This is trying not to use any digital shortcuts or any digital, how do you call it, privileges while painting. So I'm just using brushes, and that too acrylic brushes, to paint this entire thing. However, if you stay, you will see during the end part, I lost my own bit and used a bit of, cut and paste and erasing. But other than that, nothing else. So that's, now you're up to the speed. Navatage. So, how's life? Cat delay. What cat delay? What cat? Chat. Oh, yes. Actually, I think the video is also a bit delayed. See if you can fast forward the video and catch up to the live, like real time, because I tried it when I entered my own stream again. I noticed that it's few seconds late. So if you can double tap on your screen, you might fast forward your stream. I tried that because then you can see like minus 19 seconds or minus 20 seconds, which means oh, then I think it's just delaying. Yeah, I think it's just getting delayed from when I'm saying something, you are getting it late, and yeah, I think that's what's happening. That is what's happening. So yeah, this is a very boring painting because it took me hours, and I really don't know why I chose it for this thing, live stream. I shouldn't have, because it's so intricate. Like, I had to do so much detailing. Oh my god, this was so painful for me. Never ever try to paint digital, like any digital art, just to emulate some traditional painting. It's so much pain. Do you guys do traditional painting, or do you just do digital painting? Like, any of you do traditional painting? I don't even know if anyone is in the chat or they just left. Like, it's very difficult to navigate. It's so, the number of people I can see is like delayed. Oh, you do Traditional painting. What? Watercolor, acrylic, oil painting, or what? Which medium? Traditional painting is a good place to start because I think a lot of fundamentals, like basic stuff, people can learn in traditional painting. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I personally love watercolor because it just gives the dreamy vibe. I don't know. I mean, I just tried acrylic. I have done oil painting before. They're really great, but oh yeah, oil pastels. I have done oil pastels in my life. I don't remember much. Which one is your favorite? Like pencil drawing or oil pastels or watercolor? I absolutely love watercolor because they give such a dreamy vibe. I mean, yeah, you can make a very precise painting or you can make that washout look. Oh, they're so pretty. Those are. So, what's your favorite? Oh, pencil drawing. Yeah, pencil drawing as in sketching, right? Yeah, sketching. I'm horrible at that. I can't. I have done that, but yeah, yeah, that's great actually. It's a great talent to do that. Yeah, a pencil drawing is great, and it you need like a person needs a lot of talent to actually master pencil drawing. It's really the basic of everything. Why are people honking so loudly? Like, do you really need to honk that much? Ah, this is so annoying. I apologize for the background noise. It's not in my hand. Those cars, they just decide to honk all the time. It's so annoying. And yes, you're right. Pen sketching is. I have done one sketching. I remember during Inktober, and I was like, wow, you can do so much detailing and so easily because I think this horn thing is very common in Southeast Asia as well. So yeah, I mean, I don't understand why people honk so much. Like it's so annoying, especially in front of my house. Like there are places that's absolutely silent. My aunt's place, I go there and there's like nobody is doing anything. Like there's no sound except for birds, and she lives in the middle of the city. And where I am, people is just like I'm also living in the city, but it's just people just love to make sound. It's so annoying, my goodness. I wish like I could have a soundproof room, but then again I'm scared of soundproof room. Like if something happens and call someone from inside, nobody will hear me. And I'm going on a very dark path, but yeah, I am kind of scared of that as well. So yeah, here I'm using leaf brushes because I got tired of acrylic brushes and I realized that um, if I paint acrylic realistically, I will have fan brushes using which you can easily paint leaf. So why not use a leaf brush here? And I'm really sorry because the video is super fast, but this painting in actuality took me like 36 hours. I think this is like umpteen time I'm saying that it took me 36 hours to paint. So that's why I just made a speed painting kind of stuff. Why? Like I don't want to talk about any particular country because um I don't know. I mean, it's just it doesn't seems right. Like someone the other day asked me, "What do you think about Spain?" Because that person I think from Spain, And I was like, tomato? Because I really don't know what to say about Spain. And I was like, I'm not sure what to say. And that's the thing. India is like, I like Indian food, to be honest. Like, okay, obviously, where I'm from, ev- I mean, Indian food is ample, so it's not like I don't get Indian food or anything. It's not rare. So I okay. So if you ask me what's my favorite food, I like Thai and Indian. Not exactly Thai and Indian. It's kind of like fusion. I really like fusion Thai food and fusion Indian food. We don't actually say it like that. It's Thai food or Indian food. We just call it food. Um, I like. Yeah. Why did I go to food directly? I shouldn't have. But yeah, I mean there are lots of different kind of food that I like from different cultures and countries. So probably that's why. Um. Yeah. A lot of people actually that's the problem. I when I start talking to people from different part of the world, I realize that not necessarily I know a lot about their country. Like for example, the Spanish guy person said like, "What do you think about Spain?" And I was like, "I just know." Like it's very difficult to articulate stuff because all the things you know about a country, or especially specifically about that country, from as an outsider, even within the country, I think people oftentimes stereotype about that country, and it's like, should I say that or shouldn't I? Like if I talk about matadors or that tomato thrashing festival they have, like it's better to let them speak. So you tell me, what do you think about India? You can type as much as you want. I will talk about my painting in the meantime. This is the lazy way I was painting the the vegetation at the distance, because nobody is looking at going to look at them. Probably someone will, but a majority people won't notice that. So I still don't know what kind of tree this is. It's kind of like what kind of tree? It palm? No, it's not palm tree, is it? It's date tree, probably. They look all similar. It's not a coconut tree because they wouldn't be so snake-like, right? It looks very snaky, but it is some similar kind of family, from similar family. Oh, Naftaj is gone. I think he's just. I think it's a he, and I think he's just like, oh, you didn't talk about my country. I'm not going to stay here. But I want your opinion. Like, what do you think about your country? What is your opinion about your own country? And here I go back to create those light, falling light on stuff, because obviously I can't do with a layer. Oh, he wrote a lot of things. What did he say? First thing first, I'm an Indian and I don't really like to give so much of good stuff like our country is the best, but I will tell you some India has so much culture and religion and it's so vast. Oh, okay. Okay. No, it's okay. You're typing a lot of things together. Okay. So for me, I I know different people experience culture differently. Um, for me, I think it's food. You can experience the culture, or you can um, enjoy that culture through food. Maybe that's me. You don't have to eat a lot of food. Like people, whenever someone talks about food, and people are like, oh my god, you're so greedy, you're so gluttonous, you just eat a lot. No, you don't have to eat a lot, but you can eat variety. You can enjoy. I mean, food in itself, I think, is a form of art. So you can experience the richness of any culture through their food. At least that's what I do. I often cannot. Oh, it's very easy actually. You just have to. Um, how should I put it? Like, you have to use water. What happens in this particular case, because I am painting shallow water, I just use a very light blue color because it's not so deep. Also, I use the shadow of the island and the lighting as well, and then just mixed it, like it's blurred it. Like if you want to use it in actual painting, not a digital paint, or digital painting also is an actual painting, but I'm talking about if you are trying to paint in a traditional painting. All you have to do is just use the color a bit and then use your brush and smudge it around a bit. Just don't overdo it, because then the area will cover, like the light area will cover shadow and so on and so forth. Just use a little bit color, and it will look realistic shadow, because not necessarily you will see the exact shadow in the water. From a distance you will see a vague reflection. What do you mean by cartoonish? Like you use a very how do you call it, non-blended, very sharp shades, or very sharp color scheme. Like, I still don't know what cartoonish mean, because I was saying that someone told me, oh, this thing is cartoonish, but it's just painted, it's not realistic, that's all. But what I understand about something being cartoonish is that they have very sharp shadow, sharp lighting, and there's no blending. They're very edgy. That looks kind of cartoonish, but okay. Example. Okay, sure. Give me an example. Okay. I personally like this kind of vibrant color landscape because they just feel good. There's a feel good aspect of it, but other than that, I mean, I have seen some people just paint realistic landscape. I follow one artist who paint realistic landscape in acrylic. They're great. They look like photographs, but I don't know. I personally like to paint something not that is not realist. That does not look like a real land or real picture. Kesh is a very good artist for cartoonish style. You can see. Okay, let me just see what's the spelling. Kesh. 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 Oh yes, I think I have seen one of his video like long back, because it was just recommended to me. That's why, and I wasn't thinking much of it. Yes, his art style is cartoonish. Okay, so this is you're talking about characters. So characters, yes, characters can be cartoonish, and these are pretty cartoonish and very good actually. I mean, I really like his. Some are really adorable. Some artworks are really, really adorable, and he uses this thing. Oh, what is that thing called? Um, iPad. A lot of people I've seen use iPad. I think they use Procreate probably. Yeah, his style is a lot more cartoonish and it's like really, really comic style and quite adorable. Yeah. This is also a really great style, by the way, I would say. I mean, if it depends on what kind of style you want, totally it's up to you. If you want to go for cartoonish style, then you should practice styling like that. If you want something, when it comes to drawing human beings, uh, you can go semi-realistic, you can go realistic. It totally up to you which style you like. For me, I don't paint a lot of human characters. Even if I do, I kind of tend towards not so a realistic style. I don't like, for some reason, I just don't do realistic drawing. Mainly because I'm doing illustrations, like that's something that is telling a story, and it's, how should I put it nicely? Like I find Kesha's how do you say it? Kesha's art style much more appealing than if someone paint or draw some a character extremely realistically. Maybe they have lots of talent, they have lots of skills, but it doesn't attract me. Kesha's style is much more attractive for me. So it also depends on you how you want to how you. Oh, my on-screen chat is also very slow because I did not get your chat till I opened the chat box. My god, this is so late. He also gave so many tutorials for his drawing. Yeah, yeah, I actually, when I was checking his channel, I saw he has good tutorials. And yeah, I mean, if you do you use Procreate like on iPad, or like which software do you use? It depends also on that, but this art style is, yeah, like, is basically the fundamentals are the most important part. I don't know how good Procreate is. I don't know how, because most people I've seen, they paint in Procreate and they use iPad, and they, obviously iPad is much bigger and they have a pen, stylus. I painted this entire thing with my finger. This thing right now that you're seeing. Oh, Ibispaint, yeah. I think Ibispaint is also there in Apple store, like for Apple user, but I'm not sure. But it is across OS. Like you can use it in Android, and now you can use it on PC. I just found out. Like if you have an updated Windows 10, I forgot which version, but I actually saw that it's working on PC. This thing, Ibis Paint, which is great. I just didn't check whether it still have Ibis Paint still has this size restriction, because that's one problem Ibis Paint has. Like there, you cannot increase their canvas after a certain size. It's so frustrating. I can't paint my book cover of my comics because of that. Um, I have to find a separate way to create the book cover of that comics that I'm going to, you know. It is it's not tree house, it is a house in the middle of the island, middle of an island, and it is made of branches and things, but it is not situated on a tree. A tree house is which is situated atop tree, but this one is made with lots of natural stuff, like as I said, branches and stuff like that. But and obviously the shade on top is with the shades are made with all these big leaves because it's kind of a fantasy themed. If I don't know if you know about this game Genshin Impact that I have talked about on this channel a couple of times. This scene actually inspired from that game. There was this new region that opened up named Sumeru, which is, by the way, inspired from India and Middle East. Like the region is inspired by India, Persia, Egypt, all these cultures. Oh, yeah, okay. So there was a quest with little cute little creatures. They are called Aranaras, and there was this quest called Aranyaka, and through that quest you will get into this place where I with the place I'm painting right now, and it's amazingly beautiful. So I was thought, why don't I just, obviously I changed some stuff in my painting, but the inspiration was from there. Yeah, and yeah, there are actually a lot of food you might know. Like there was one food I found, there was pani puri, and then there was tachin, I think is from Persia or some other Middle Eastern country. I have to check where tachin from. And then there was butter chicken and biryani, and yeah, there were lots of food in that game. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's in game. It's defense food. I forgot what kind of food it was in the game, but if you eat certain type of food, you will either gain attack points or defense points, or you will get your strength back and all that. Uh, oh, okay. This kind of food is actually pretty common in other parts of I mean, not other parts, but other Asian countries. So, yeah, I understand why you like it so much. Um, so, that area, that region, Sumeru has like two different region. One is forest region, another is desert region. I think the desert region is totally from Egypt and Middle Eastern part of the Asia, and the forest region is based kind of like India and other Southeast Asian country, and their original goddess was named Rukha Devata, and the current goddess is Kusanali. So, and they called her Kusanali Devi. So yeah, I think the goddesses also kind of came from Indian background, because the subtext of that region itself was truth is hidden in the pages of Purana or something like that. So yeah, it's a very interesting region, and the amount of landscape that you get to see in this region is amazing, amazing. They did a really good job creating this entire pretty landscape. Is Other regions were great as well. The one that was made after Japan, another one was made after China. I like the Japan one. There were lots of great region as well. Sumeru is absolutely unique. If you play that game ever, you will find it. Like, it's really pretty place. Really, really pretty. Word. Okay. Is it English word? Is it some other language word? Like, I don't know which. If I butcher, I'm not going to say it if it's like something very important word, because I probably will butcher it and then bunch of people will get offended. Oh, I can't. I will be cancelled even before. Huh? ZNC. There's no. How do you pronounce that? There's no vowel in there. Which game? Which game do you play? XZNC. Zzz. There's no vowel in. How will I pronounce that? No. Why am am I even trying? That word sounds this. What? Um, what? I don't get it. Oh, the game is called Blockman? I've never heard of it. Let me check. Blockman. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's a game. How to collect snow coins fast in Skyblock. Oh, this is a. It's kind of like Roblox. Is it? Mm. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And why are those random letter? Oh, it's like Minecraft. Okay. No, I can't pronounce that. It. How do you pronounce that? XZNC? Without any vowel. Like, I know there are languages where you there are words where there's no vowel in middle of bunch of consonants, but I really don't know how they pronounce stuff. Zinc. Zinc, like kind of like that this thing. Mineral. No. There's no vowel in this XZNC. How is it zinc? I don't understand. How do you pronounce X at the beginning? Like, is it like xylem, that kind of X? Uh, Zan. Okay, now you're changing the pronunciation. Okay, I'm not. I'm not going to say that. That's just you're sleeping. As I was saying, this painting was really boring for me because it took me so long. And the leaf, painting the leaves, oh my god, that was pain. That was pain incarnate. I hope it's like, am I close to finishing this painting? No, there's so much more. There's. Landscape painting, in one way, that's one problem with paintings like that these will take so long to finish. And because I'm painting with my finger here, um, it's kind of difficult to see what I'm painting because my finger is really stubby and is hello Yule Christabel. I don't know why Stream Elements just gave me this sudden message, but thanks for sub. Just today I decided to cut off my Stream Element notification, so I can't see the notification. Yay, thanks. So I actually thought like I'm not gonna get any subscribers, so I just stopped the notification, the sub notification. And just today I found someone subbed. Thanks. And I think they left. I'm not sure. But that's a very festive name, right? Yule Christabel. So Christmas is coming, so probably I will paint something Christmassy. What should I paint for Christmas? Like either I will stream or I will make a video. So what do you think I should paint for Christmas? Santa Claus, I think is overpainted. Like a lot of people paint Santa Claus. Um, Seriously, what is? Yeah, I think I should do more of these things. What is this thing called? Streaming, right? But the thing is, if nobody is there, it feels awkward to talk to oneself. Like before you came, there were people there on the stream, but they were not talking. So I was like talking to myself. It was so weird. So yeah, I will upload more videos, and probably I will. It's better to do streaming because I don't know if people will like me talking, or should I do silent streaming, like where the painting is, it's just the painting getting streamed, and I'm just not going to talk. I will just stay silent, or something like that. Like I don't know if people will like that, because maybe a lot of people don't like listening to me blabbering about stuff, and I can just put on some nice music at the background while that painting is happening. So probably that would be good thing. I don't know. I think a lot of people actually don't like small a lot of people don't like small YouTubers streaming is because they might feel like they're in limelight, because that YouTuber don't have a lot of people watching, so they can directly talk to them, because big YouTubers generally don't directly talk to uh, their stream, their chat. They just call everyone as a whole chat. But since people like me don't have many um, online chat going on for my stream, so I might probably talk to people individually. So that I understand, a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people don't want to be under the limelight. That I understand. Yes, I can clear their doubts when if I talk, but nobody asks me, like nobody has that doubt. But probably if I put on a painting that is much slower and less complicated, probably people will ask me, because I just realized this painting is super complicated. Like it's very difficult for someone to ask something about this painting. Is my bad. I just thought it's a very nice painting. The topic is really nice, so I just thought maybe I'll just stream the entire process. See, sometimes the quality is getting really, really bad. That's because um, I did not record the painting. I just extracted the recording of Ibispaint's in you know how do you call it? Its own recording. How Ibispaint record its own process, and for some reason the quality of Ibispaint recording is really, really bad. Well, yeah, sometimes, but sometimes I just get quiet, and sometimes I just talk, whatever. Like I just talk about stuff that I feel like talking, and there's no one there. And actually, the problem was that people were coming in and going out. So I know that there are people who are listening to me, they're just not talking to me. And that's kind of weird feeling. Like, I know they can hear me, I know I'm talking about some stuff that they can have an opinion or not, I don't know, but they're not replying. So it was kind of weird, if you ask me, that I'm talking by myself all the way. If there's no one there, I know I'm talking to myself. I can say whatever I want. Well, without within the limit of YouTube restriction. But if there are people on the other side and I know they are listening to me but they're not responding, it's like, are they judging me silently? Like, I'm saying something, it's just my opinion or something, and they're judging me silently or something. What's happening? But other than that, yeah, I mean, it is kind of lonely. But I think I will do more live streaming from now on, hopefully, because uh, I mean, live streaming is better than just putting up a video, because live streaming, it's true that I have to talk for an hour, but it's way better than editing a video for a really long time. Editing videos, I hate editing videos. It's just ugh. But I do want to put a video about AI art, which is kind of something I'm worrying about, and I listen a lot of people talking about it. um this particular painting, as I mentioned, it took me uh 36 hours. Okay, so if I'm painting something not extra detailed, generally a painting, I finish a painting within it takes max, it took me 12 hours. That was extremely detailed painting. I don't know why I know why this painting took me that long, because I did not use any digital shortcuts. But if I use fully digital medium and use full digital shortcuts and everything, extremely detailed painting takes around 10 to 12 hours. But if I'm painting something casual, it finishes within 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. So yeah. And if I'm doing something very focused and very small amount of number, then it takes me around 2 hours. I'm not a fast painter. I do not paint really fast. Like, it takes me really a lot of time to finish a painting. I don't know why, but I don't. I've seen some people paint really fast, like they do it like 10 minutes sketch, and it looks like a 2 hour painting. Seriously, I don't know how they do that, but I can't do that. I take a lot of time, and I like it because it's kind of the process of painting is what you enjoy. Oh, no, I don't paint all at once. I If it takes 4 hours, the entire painting, if it takes 4 hours, I probably paint 1 hour and then take a long break. Maybe I go for tea or for snacks or something, and then I watch some videos, and then I come back painting or do my other work, like I'm doing some projects. Um so yeah, it's not all at one time. Like this painting, it took me 36 hours. I did not paint 36 hours straight. It took me like uh, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. So that long it took me. For each day I used 2 hours, so like 17 days, 18 days, 18, 19 days probably. It took me that long. So yeah, I mean, people often think like they have to finish the painting at one go, but you don't have to do that. Another thing I personally feel very insecure about when I see all this live stream that they paint an entire piece within 1 or 2 hours. If you're not that fast, it's fine. I used to panic because I'm not that fast, and then I realize it's okay as long as I can paint good stuff. It takes time, yes. Obviously, in professional setting, it's better if you paint fast, but If you're painting for yourself, I think the journey matters more than the ending. This one is because I wanted to paint in traditional way, because that's why there's no layers and nothing in it. So this was an experiment, and that's why it took me like 36 hours, because I did not use any layers or any digital shortcuts in this painting. Like I just use brushes like acrylic brushes and this what acrylic water or fluffy watercolor water. I don't remember which. This brush is for blending, and obviously for leaf I use leaf brushes and all. So I wanted to see how it goes if I use just the traditional way, just the traditional method. It was difficult. Not using all those, shortcut. It was difficult, but well, I did it. And yes, and it took a lot of time. I mean, I think I could halve the time if I used all those digital shortcuts, but well, yeah. It's almost done. I'm just doing the this thing. What is it called? Smoke that coming out of the house. Yeah, I like it as well, but not entirely, because I don't know. Even after finishing my art, sometimes I don't like it. It's like not good enough. Maybe I'll just try this painting in a different way. I don't know. I don't like the house. I like the environment, but I don't like the house. And thanks for you liking it, because if someone likes my art, that is really, really, helpful for me to, do much better in the future. So thanks for liking. And I'd love to see your art. If you want, you can tag me in Instagram, or you can just share your art with me. I love to see people's painting, like if they painted something from learning from my tutorial. I love that. You guys can do that. I mean, I hear about people painting and I can't see their drawing, and I'm like, how, what do they draw? What do they paint? Like I can't see their painting, right? So here I'm using this glow thing. This could have done pretty easily if I used the digital shortcuts, but I just decided to go the traditional way. That's why it took a lot of extra time. Nobody is like an artist to like the next person. Like everybody is unique. So if you're painting, you're an artist, and that's enough. You don't have to compare yourself with other artists. You should not. That's the thing. Like you should not compare your art with, I know as artist, even I do that. I often compare with other artists that who are better than me. But okay, this is the finish, but my art, okay. I want to pause it here so that you can see the painting. Um, you should not compare your art with anyone else. Okay? And yeah, if you want, you can share your art, your painting. And it depends, also, it depends on what you paint. Like I paint landscape. If you draw human face, like portrait, I'm horrible at portrait. I mean, you can see, go through my YouTube channel and you can see like how bad I am at portrait. So it's okay. Like some people are good at something, some people are good at other things. Like even within art community, some people are good at drawing landscape, some people are good at drawing portraits, some people are good at drawing cartoony drawing. It's just, it depends on where your skill is or where you are specializing in. So yeah, keep painting, and if you want, you can share your art with me. Why not? I will get a look see at your painting or art, and yeah, I'm not going to comment or judge your art, because as I said, like to each to their own, and different people have different specialization. different phase that they are going through. So yeah. Oh, cool. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter. I don't use much Twitter, but yes, I have Twitter. So yeah, share with me there. And I know I'm not going to judge. Trust me, I'm not going to judge. Um, yeah, and that's it for my this thing. Streaming is done. Is done, yo, and I'm done talking for the day. I think I've done talking for a week because I absolutely don't like talking much, and I have talked continuously for 1.5 hour or 1 and 40 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes. So, oh, thank you, Krishna, and welcome. We just finished our painting. Um, I don't know if you are here or not, but yeah, I just finished and I'm probably going to stream again soon. If you like to have a chat, just keep an eye on the community tab. I post there when I do this live streaming, and yeah, I blabber when I live stream. So you're welcome to come and join me. And Navatage, I will see your art if you share with me. Oh, okay. Mm. Also, Krishna, if you're an artist, you can share your art as well. I was just telling Navdej here that you can share your art. I, I would love to see. I would love to see other people's work. So that's great. And if you guys find any of my work helpful, any of my tutorial helpful, you can just use them and paint something. I love to watch people paint. I love to see their artwork. Okay, you will what young age art? Okay, okay, you guys. I'm gonna go off from here because I've been talking for so long and I need to drink something. Everybody's learning stage, nobody is master. Don't think artist, like even the artist you see are painting flawlessly, they have their insecurities. So don't worry about your insecurities. And I do not judge people. I was just telling Navtej that I'm not going to judge your art. I'm just going to look at them because I love looking at paintings. So don't worry. And yeah, I don't have a Discord. Someone was telling me to have a Discord because that's where people can share art. If I get a Discord, I will put that again on my community tab. You guys can join and we can share lots of art there. Okay, bye guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. So yeah, I'm gonna end this streaming here. So bye, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're from. So enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.